family of brave adventurers. My name is Chris. I am your home gamer dad, your DM for this dive into the latest in the Horrified series featuring Dungeons and Dragons. I can't believe we're actually here. I'm actually, not for nothing, but I'm quite happy with myself that I've been managed to put out one of these a week so far, playing a different version of Horrified each Friday in October, Horror Fridays, yeah. And now we're here at the 5th version of Horrified to be released, the latest one, Dungeons & Dragons. There are things I really like about this one. There are things that I really wish they added or just kind of did a little bit differently or whatever. But honestly, out of all of them so far, this is a really good one to pick up, especially if you're a fan of D&D, then you're going to find a lot of fun little Easter eggs and everything thrown around this as well. Got some fun monsters to fight, got some great characters to play as, and of course, whatever we got to do in order to protect the town that we are in. Speaking of which, why don't we go ahead and move this way and we can check out Waterdeep. Of course, that is where we are right now. I'm just going to move this down a little bit so you can see up there. So you got Waterdeep up here, and I don't think I'm going to be able to move it up any further. No, so if you come down to the bottom over this side, it says Undermount underneath here, like way off camera, so I apologize for that. But basically that's what the map itself is. It is Waterdeep and Undermount and various other locations along the way. The Yawning Portals over here, the Arcane Chambers, we got the Willow Woods, and just a whole kinds of cool stuff that, again, if you're a D&D fan, you're going to be like, oh, I love seeing all these different places and everything. The way that Horrified works, if you haven't seen any of my other videos for this, is it's a cooperative game where our adventurers are going to run around the board, fight monsters, and we win by defeating all the monsters on the board. We lose one of two ways, either by the terror gauge getting all the way to the final spot right here with the skull, or if we go to draw from the monster pile and we cannot anymore, then we immediately lose as well. So winning defeat all the things, lose, everyone gets terrified, or we take too much time. So each time a Horrified has been released, there's been kind of some new mechanics and everything that they've added to it in order to kind of shake it up a little bit and make it feel a little bit more within the world or theme that is designed for that particular game. In this case, for the board, we have these teleportation circles. And what they do is they enable heroes and monsters to bounce between them as they like. So if a hero walks into this teleportation circle, their next move could go to any one of these three, just immediately. You, again, just have to be careful with that because a monster can do the same thing. A monster may be closer. So like, say a monster was right here at the stairway to Arcane Chambers, and I had a hero here at the abandoned camp and then like maybe here at the dragon platform. The monster would actually be closer to the person at the dragon platform because they would just need to go 1, 2, 3 as opposed to 1, 2. Well, I guess it'd be the same up there for the abandoned camp. But still, as you can see, you have to consider how far away everyone is based off of the teleportation circles. There are also spots that are particularly linked together. Skullport Gate here is connected to the Castle Corkscrew, while the entry well is right here at the Yawning Portal well. Mainly because you have two different parts of the map. Waterdeep up here, Undermount down here. That's important because if you're playing with the Red Dragon cannot go to Waterdeep. That's what the little no dragon signs here are showing. We, however, are not facing the Red Dragon. And I'll go over the Red Dragon a little bit more later, but I do want to point out that D&D Horrified did bring back Lairs. So now, since Greek monsters, every game has had Lairs. In Greek monsters, which I think have done it the best so far, every monster had a lair in it. Well, most of them then, some didn't, but they utilized all of the spots. In World of Monsters, 2 required Lairs, and thus you've had blank ones. Unfortunately, in Horrified D&D, out of the 4, which is really sad as well, there should have been more monsters in this. Out of the 4 monsters that you get within this box, only one utilizes the Lairs, and that is the Red Dragon. If you look at it, out of the 4 possible Lairs, 2 of them are needed in order to defeat the Red Dragon. We will not be facing the Red Dragon again within this one, so we're not going to actually worry about Lairs at all, but that's really all it is. Like, the Lairs came back. If you're fighting the Red Dragon, you'll need them. I will not be incorporating these onto the board. I'll point out where the Lair tokens would go and everything. Actually, one would go right here in the obelisk of the eye. But because we're not facing the Red Dragon, I'm just going to put them back in the box, and anything that references Lairs, I'm just going to ignore and move past. So wanted to point that out beforehand because Lairs are back, but much minimal, much more minimal in a minimal sense compared to the other Horrifieds. It's really kind of sad that within the D&D universe, this Horrified game only has 4 monsters that you could fight, and we'll go and we'll talk about the ones we're going to fight today. It should have been 6. I know the Red Dragon actually has a 2-board path to it. So in a sense, it's 2 monsters or an extra long version, kind of like Cthulhu was, but that's for a little bit later. In addition to that, you only also have 5 heroes you get to choose from for your adventure. Now, during the last convention season, I think Gen Con, they actually had it out or whatever, Ravensburg did offer up the Warlock, which was a 6th character that you can play for Horrified D&D. As the same it was with Krampus, there's no way of getting that. There's no way of getting that character yet, and that is so frustrating and annoying and just not cool, Ravensburg. You gotta have these things available to people. You can't just be like, it's available, but not to everybody. And I even saw people post that went to these conventions that you would get that character for free with purchase of the game. What if I had bought the game already? Can I just get it? Nope, I'm sorry, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's not good business. That is not a good way to treat your fan base, especially those that want to have all the bells and whistles to these games. But with what we have in regards to it all, we are still going to enjoy ourselves this way. So out of the heroes that we are playing today, let me just show you what we have first. First, we have the Bard. Now, when you look at this hero, the first thing you may notice is that it is a longer board than normal. Usually they're a little bit shorter. Second thing are the special actions. The special actions are awesome. I love the way they did it here. It is so perfect for the D&D environment. You're rolling a d20, and depending on what you roll, certain things are going to happen. So the better you roll for the Bard, the more you get to move people around or monsters or anything along that ways. For the Cleric actually has an ability that triggers on monster phases, enabling them to remove hits, to re-roll stuff, to move things out of the way, keeping people safe and alive as a Cleric does. And as far as our players go for today, because remember, we're going to play as 3. We're going to be playing as the Rogue, which has a 1 is always no effect. 2 to 8 is share items with any heroes. 9 to 15, take 2 items from the nearest location. 16 to 19, take two items from the discard pile, and a natural 20 will take 3 items from the Horrified Harvest, basically the bag, and a perk card. Whenever you roll a 20, you will always get a perk card. We got the Fighter here. What else do we got here? Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Had to reset something really quickly. Our Fighter here, again, a 1 will always have no effect. 2 to 8 is immediately moved to the nearest monster location. 9 to 15, during the monster phase, again, happening during the monster phase, ignore all hit results rolled by 1 monster. 16 to 19, do not draw a monster card this turn. That is so helpful. And then number 20, if you hit a natural 20, gain 2 more actions. So he goes from 4 to 6 this turn, and you gain a perk card. Awesome. Love it. And then we're going to have the Wizard. The Wizard has no effect at a 1, 2 to 8. Roll the d20, move any monster to that location, except the Red Dragon. Move the Red Dragon to a lair. So the Red Dragon is too big to bounce certain areas. It will always go to a lair. Roll the d20, move any monster to that location for 9 to 15. 16 to 19 is move any hero to any location, and a natural 20, move to any location as the Wizard, gain a perk card. Those 3 are our adventuring party for this game. I'll place these guys along the side of the board as I do usually, but you may have also noticed as I was zoomed in, there are numbers scattered around the board at different locations. Horrified D&D gives you a D20, which is awesome. The 20 has the signature D&D ampersand sign on it, and of course our natural ones on the side. So you would roll it, flip it, that would be a 9, and our location for a 9 was the Obelisk of the Eye. So whatever location the Wizard would teleport you to, that's where it would go, and that's how you would determine for that particular one. There are going to be a ton besides just all of the special actions, many other things that we're going to be using this D20 for. I love the design of this. It's that beautiful D&D red color. Same thing for the basic attack dice as well. It's a cool marbled design on it. I love the metallicized. These are going to be so much fun to roll and just beautiful to look at. So those are our dice. And as far as items go, as you can expect, there are 3 different types of items in this Horrified game. All kind of, this one they designated them in the upper left corner with a shape and a color, so it's a little hard to see. Very much like, God, who did that last? Was that American Monsters that did that or whatever? I don't know. It's really hard sometimes to like do a quick look at what color these are supposed to be and what their strengths are. But their strengths and colors are up the upper left, and then they emphasize what the item is, which we have weapons that are red, magical items are blue, and mundane items are yellow. There is nothing within the instruction book that tells you how to combine. I was actually really expecting that when I opened up the D&D Horrified book, where you had World of Monsters that showed you how you're able to combine it with Greek monsters, while D&D is apparently going back to the format of every game is a standalone game, which I say is the way it should be, but they should have had more monsters. Like, why is there only 4 monsters in this? Really? There should have been, I mean, even a 5th monster would have been great at this point, but I have no idea why there's only 4. That doesn't make any sense. We do have a fun little bag right here. I forget what they just called it in the on the Rogues thing, but I like just calling it the Horrified Bag of Holding, because that's generally what it's supposed to be. Let's pop this open. Same design, same style as all of the other Horrified games since American Monsters. It's like toady style bag of sorts. And as per usual with our openings, you know, who do I want to go first? We're going to have the fighter go first. So we'll put the fighter up here. These are longer, so it's going to be a little more difficult to get everybody on camera at once. I don't think that's going to happen, but Rogue, Wizard, Fighter, Rogue, Wizard. We'll go in alphabetical order. We'll put the starting marker on our fighter, because that's where they'll go. And actually, before I even put anything down, let's put them in their starting locations. The fighter goes to the Hall of Heroes, so he will be starting up there. The rogue is at the Sword and the Sextant, all the way down on the bottom. And our wizard is at Blackstaff Tower. Oh, wow, we are really spread out. Okay, so with that said, let's ask our wizard here to cast a spell. By the powers of the book within me, we cast an ancient arcade magic called Place Item. No wild magic happened here. All 12 starting items have hit the field. I love the fact that down here at Dead Man's Corner, there's 3. Rogue is going right after them, which would be very appropriate. The other thing that I do want to just mention before we go into our perks is that you may have noticed as I was showing off all of the heroes, they all have 4 actions apiece. There are no variations on number of actions, with the exception of the warrior possibly getting 2 actions. And also on the map up here, they actually show you the hospital spot where, a character will go back to once they are knocked out. So if they are ever knocked out or they take damage where, you know, they lose all their health, which is always 1, they will respawn back here as per usual. There are also the flame spots around as well. Those, of course, are starting positions for various frenzied monsters. I guess in that situation, you really can start combining, like you put Greek monsters into this and everything like that. You just have to figure out what items represent what from the previous things. It's, again, really, really muddled and really funky. They should have just added more monsters here as anything else, because with only 4 monsters, Frenzy doesn't exactly go up to 6. But before we reach those monsters, we're going to go ahead and look at our perk cards. Perk cards have changed for the D&D one. We are now in these like long tarot style cards, which I think are really cool. And as usual, everybody gets 1. So our first tarot card we have for our heroes is Drizzt Don Erden. The current player takes 2 additional actions. That's fantastic. Always love having more actions. Next we have Durin. Skip the next monster phase. Ooh, any number of heroes may be placed at the Yawning Portal tap room. So you skip the monster phase, nothing new goes out, but everyone can go right to the tap room. Okay, so kind of like regrouping everyone. Skipping the monster phase is great as well. And another one that, oh wow, oh, that's great. Awesome, 2 additional turns. Oh, good. Now, this is a much bigger perk set than most other games, because I feel like gaining perks in this one is a lot easier, because again, if you happen to use your special action, and you roll a natural 20, boom, you get yourself a perk. All right, let's talk about our monsters over here that we'll be going up against. So we have the Displacer Beast, the Beholder, and the Mimic. Again, the 4th monster that you fight in this is the Red Dragon, or you have the possibility to fight. Seriously, Ravensburg, why? Why what? Where's my owlbear? Where's my gelatinous cube? Like, there's so many amazing monsters within the D&D universe. Yes, I know fans are making these of their own and everything like that. Great, wonderful, and awesome. It still doesn't make any sense to me why Ravensburger didn't just do that to begin with, like, at all. I don't get it. But regardless of all that, these are the three we will be going up again, which is a normal game. The Red Dragon has two boards that are, that's the wrong side, has two boards that are attached to him. His, what is that? We get to get the Orb of Dragonkind from here, and then his keep where we defeat him, but I'll explain that after the game just to kind of show you what that's all about. There's a lot of playthroughs of this that go against the Red Dragon. However, on the back, as usual, you have all the monsters set up right here. I'm not placing the Lairs because I don't need to, and they've flipped it from World of Monsters, where now all the Red Dragons set up, which is all down here, we will be ignoring. We just have the Beholder, Displacer Beast, and Mimic to worry about. Before going into that, let's talk about our new symbols. So again, just through here, it's going to be the same color situation. It's just each color is now represented by a different monster symbol. For Horrified D&D, yellow chests, purple wands, brown hats, green potions, orange swords, the blue skull, teal spellbook, and the red shields. Let us start with our Displacer Beast right here. And before I go into this again, I advise if you have this, open the book and read it out of the book, because this writing, I know they're trying to go for the D&D style, but man, is this hard to read, even if it was right in front of me. Like, I had to open the book in order to kind of interpret it better. But the Displacer Beast, this is like an original style D&D monster way back from the 70s. It's a cat-like creature that has the power of magical illusions, and it is able to displace itself, bouncing from spot to spot, confusing the people that it's trying to hunt and attack, and has very high dexterity and strength. Thank goodness all these guys pretty much only have 3 symbols that they have to worry about. So for the Displacer Beast, he is a frenzy of 1, so he will have the frenzy marker probably for as long as I can. I really don't want that to move, but it may. The red sword, the blue skull, and the brown hat will move it. Our objective is to determine the Displacer Beast's true location and then vanquish it. Its power, should we happen to roll the exclamation point on the dice, is you move the Displacer Beast to the next closest hero. That hero will take any hits from the Displacer Beast on this turn. So when you roll it, that triggers first. He moves and then attacks. So if you happen to roll a exclamation point and then a hit, he will move first and then he will attack. As far as defeating the Displacer Beast goes, at the Displacer Beast location, so in the same spot as it, you're going to place an item on one of these spots. The item's strength must be equal to the number of numbers covered. So if you notice, you have 1 up top here, 2 on the bottom, 3 in the middle. The strength is either 1, 2, or 3. If it is a 4, 5, or 6, you can cover up anything you want. Once you have at least 5 of these spots covered, we can then attempt to defeat it. At the Displacer Beast location, you would discard 7 strength worth of any color and roll the d20. If the result is covered by an item, which is what you may see up here, you'll see numbers 2 through 19 up here. If a result is covered, then we have defeated the beast. If not, we have to do it again, basically. Rolling a 1 means that we would discard any one of these items up here, thus making it harder to defeat him. A natural 20 will defeat the beast every time anyway. And if we miss or whatever, we are allowed to move items around on the board as well. So if we go to attack it and we fail, we can shift things around. And then if we roll the natural 20, we can also gain a bird card and take an additional action this turn. Man, that's a lot for it. Also within D&D, once you defeat a monster, you lower the horror gauge by 1. That was introduced in this as well. The Displacer Beast himself is going to be starting at spot number 1, which is the abandoned camp right over here. Pretty far away from everything, but, you know, he may move a lot. We'll have to see. Moving in frenzy order, we are going up against a Beholder, a floating orb of flesh with a large mouth, 1 central eye, and 1 smaller eyeball. Often found in the underground palace like the Underdark, Beholders are known as spheres of many eyes or eye tyrants. Each one of those eyes has the capability of casting a different spell and are probably some of the hardest monsters that you'll fight within the D&D universe. While not physically powerful, they are extremely adept in magic and anti-magic. For the Mimic, a frenzy monster of 4, the red shield, brown hat, and teal book will trigger its abilities. Our objective is to damage the beholder's eye stalks and then blind its central anti-magic eye to defeat it. If we roll an exclamation point, we roll the d20, and then we reference this card right here. This is basically every one of its spells from the front to the back, doing a different thing, a different power, and all kinds of stuff like that. And I will go over that once we go into there. How to defeat it. Advancing it right now, as you can see, we have a fun little image of the beholder right here. At the beholder's location, discard any item and roll the d20. A 1 is a miss. That's it. A 2 to 15 is we get to damage an eye stalk of our choice, which means we would take this red X and place it over the eye. That effectively takes that eye out for the rest of the game. 16 to 19, we can damage 2 eye stalks. A natural 20 does 3. We take the item back that we used and we gain a perk card. Hooray. Once all 10 have these little X's on that, we can then go to the beholder's location and use 6 strength worth of yellow items, which are mundane items, in order to knock out its anti-magic eye and ultimately defeat it. So got a lot of little things that we got to deal with this guy as we go through the game. His starting location again is number 4, which is all the way down here at Skull Island. And I keep looking at the back of the thing to see where they actually start, but I forgot. He's a Frenzy 4, so he's just going to start at Frenzy Monster 4 spot. You can't see it because, again, it's a little bit cut off, but again, you're going to see all these like little flames and everything all over the place that show where monsters go that have that Frenzy number to it. So he starts there. Finally, we have one of my favorite monsters within the D&D universe, just because I think they're so cool and wacky and wild, are the Mimics. Monsters that can shapeshift into inanimate objects in order to lure and attack the victims. Known to transform into chests, furniture, doors, and just basically anything else you can find just lying around. Mimics use a strong adhesive to stick to creatures that touch them, then beat them with pseudo. What is this I'm reading on Google? Thank you so much. They are nasty creatures that appear out of nowhere and are just fun to fight because, hey, it's a Mimic. Mimics, as from what I always remember, are very broken creatures anyway. They just have, I don't know, all these like crazy stats and immunities and powers and extras, and if it's grappled you have advantage and all kinds of awful things in this case. The Mimics themselves are a frenzy monster of 5 with the wand, the chest, and the book, things that they can mimic of sorts in order to, sneak up on your adventurers. We have to find the Mimic and defeat it quickly as the objective. Now, the Mimic doesn't even start on the main board. It actually starts, boom, right here on the starting location. Its power is it removes the highest strength item from the location nearest to the current player. Because again, the Mimic isn't on the board. What it is it's on this little path here. Move whenever we're in the monster phase and we draw a monster card and it references the Mimic moving, it will move along this track. If the Mimic passes or lands on one of these like little spots here, so this is like 1, 2, 3 spots away, like really quickly, if all heroes have a matching colored item, discard those items and the Mimic, poop, appears in the active player spots. If not, we raise the level by 1 and the Mimic stays on the path, discard the items drawn. Once the Mimic actually hits the board, it is on the board permanently and we can battle it. At the Mimic's location, we discard 6 power or more worth of blue items, magical items, to finally defeat it. So long as he is here on this board, perks don't affect him, monster cards don't affect him with the exception of movement. Everything else just kind of like, we got to get him to the main board, find him and defeat him before he raises that horror gauge and like just, that's going to be terrible. With that said, our heroes are ready to go, so let's go and fight some monsters, starting with the fighter. 4 actions can be taken. 1, 2, we're going to pick this up for 3, and then on our 4th action, we will use our special fighter ability. We rolled a 17, oh my goodness, which is, do not draw a monster card this turn. Already starting off amazing. That's good, because maybe then I can start collecting some items really quickly, go in there, and just cover up that Displacer beast as fast as I can. We don't draw a monster card this turn, so the Rogue goes. All right, Rogue. 1, 2, pick up for 3. So you have all of those right there. The Beholder is coming up this way. The Rogue might be able to do some quick damage to the Beholder already, so we're going to use the Rogue special action as well. And we rolled an 11. An 11 is take 2 items from your nearest location. I'm going to say this is a near location right here because we use a teleportation circle to kind of connect to that, and it's the same thing to the abandoned camp, so he's going to grab this shovel as an additional item. As you can see how powerful these items are, especially if you roll well. Now, I'm starting off rolling well. That doesn't mean that's going to happen. So, for the rest of the game, I should say. Few mundane, few magical. We now are finally going to be drawing from the monster deck. This has kind of stayed the same since Greek Monsters in terms of how it's set up from top to bottom. They are still called citizens. I really think they should have been called NPCs. That would have been much better for this. But we have I'm going to call it an NPC, but it is what it is. 3 items go down. We have our citizen right here. Volthrop Get Arm, sure. He starts at Troll Skull Manor. This bombastic world traveler spends most of his free time in the tap room of the Yawning Portal. Frenzy Monster goes, and any monster with the book symbol, moving 1, attacking for 2. All right, so he's up here at the manor. He wants to get to the entry well, so we got to move him around and down. Let's go ahead and put out 3 items on the board. We got 1, 2, 3 right there. 2 reds and a yellow. First one, we have the Willowstone Tower right here. A bow, a long bow, I should say, goes to the Hall of Heroes, which is where our fighter started. I wish I had taken that. And the Yawning Portal exterior, which is right here, has a mace. Okay, so in this situation, the Frenzy Monster is going to go first. He's going to move 1 spot. Now, again, I have 1, 2 to get to you, and then 1, 2, 3 here. So he is going to move up 1 to the chamber right here to get closer to the fighter. But it is only 1 spot, so that's good. Down over here, though, unfortunately, the Beholder is going to move 1 spot up to Dead Man's Corner, and he is going to attack our Rogue here with 2 dice. Oh, no. Oh, no. We have an exclamation point. All right, oh, we're doing that already. All right, so if we look here, we have, I'll just kind of, I don't know, I'll put it somewhere. We'll put it over there. There you go. On one side, in this case, natural 1 is lucky because then the attack misses. So it's really the Beholder attacking me. 2 to 3 is a Charm Ray, Paralyzing Ray for 5 and 6, 6, 7 is a Fear Ray, Slow Ray, the Enervation Ray, oh my goodness, flipping that over. Telekinetic Ray, Sleep Ray, Petrification Ray, good criminy, Disintegration Ray, and Death Ray. Oh, goodness. All right, well, there you go. That's everything that's there. You saw what they did. I just kind of read what their names are. And I rolled a 1. Oh, I rolled a 1. Oh, yes. Lucky. That's, don't get used to this now because I'm telling you, we go on. It's just going to get worse. And then while we're here, the Mimic actually would move as well because it is the teal book and it just moves 1 along the path. So it is up there right now. Okay, so that's done. Wizard goes. So, I mean, you have a lot of the same actions that you would for all of your Horrifieds. It's actually the exact same thing with the exception of how the special actions move. 1 action to move 1 space. 1 action to pick up all the items within your spot. 1 action to guide an NPC, which is to pull them towards you, or to push them 1 space away from you. You can reveal a lair, which I'm not doing that at all, or you can use actions in order to do various, advance and defeat actions, things along that way. So we're going to move 1, we're going to pick up for 2, we're going to move here for 3, and for 4, I'm actually going to pull this guy to me. I'm not going to use the wizard special ability yet. I want to see if I can get him to the entry well first, and then get a perk, and then start bouncing things around. Surprisingly, my wizard is in the safest spot out of everybody right now, so with that done, let's draw a monster card. Here we go. All right, another NPC, the Black Viper. Starting location is Troll Skull Alley, which I think I'm actually on. Let's see. Esvele Rosnar, sure. A brash-rung noble has adopted the Black Viper's persona to lead a secret life of crime. Frenzy monster goes, and then monsters with the red shield go. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, Troll Skull Alley. So I actually got 2 people with me. All right, so I made the good choice then. She needs to get to the abandoned camp, which is all the way down there, and I don't know if that's going to be totally possible, but if I use the wizard's ability, I don't think... Actually, yes. Yes, I can. This was mentioned before in a BGG post and everything. Because when I use the wizard's ability to move a hero to any location, moving is the same as taking things with me. So when I cast that teleportation spell, I can teleport them with me. So the wizard is actually a great one in order to try to move people around because they will follow the wizard with the move step. That is going to be something I probably want to think about doing on the wizard's next turn. With that in mind, we need to put down 3 more items, shuffling this around. 1, 2, and a 3 right here. So we got a battle axe, which is actually right where we are. So there's 2 items there. I love it. So I've definitely got to pick those up. Castle Waterdeep, get some action, or I'm sorry, some rations, and another axe over at the, Willow's Tower. We are going to be attacking now, so the Displacer piece is going to move up towards here where the, the fighter is, and rolling dice. Now, what's good is that if I roll an exclamation point, it doesn't do anything. So I kind of hope for that. Oh! Oh my god! Oh, why is my... I need to play Final Girl after this because of my luck. Okay, so move it to the next closest hero. Okay, so the next closest hero was actually here. So poof, poof, bounce around, confusing my fighter. Where'd you go? And now with that, we're going to go ahead and roll again our Beholder, because the Beholder is the red shield. Just doing a single hit against the rogue. Did I have a single hit last time? I think I should have had a single hit last time as well. I can't remember if it was a blank or a hit plus the... the exclamation point. I think it was another hit, so I'm pretty sure that the Beholder has hit me twice. I'm just going to use both shovels. You guys, I'll know it in editing for sure if this is a silly move or not, but just to be safe and make sure that I don't forget anything, I'm going to spend both of these into the discard pile in order to make sure my rogue does not die. And at least the Mimic doesn't move this time because none of these symbols match up. Okay? Moving on. Back up to the fighter with 4 actions, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take those first 2 actions. Oh my goodness, I don't really want to be without, but you know what? Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to go 1, 2. And for this number 1 candle, we're going to cover up the 11, and this number 2 dagger, we'll do the 7 and 8, just to start moving that forward. So that's 2 actions right there. Each time you put 1 down, it is an action. And then 3, we're going to go down here, and 4, we're going to grab this lantern and hope that the monster, the Displacer beast, doesn't blink to us too much and attack. Now, our fighter might go down, but I think we're doing pretty good so far. All right, up to the monster deck. All right, now we have a monster action right here. Lure of Riches. 2 go down on the field. Move each hero 3 locations towards the wand monster closest to them. So... if the Mimic was on the field, that would work, but he is not, so nothing happens with that case. However, the Frenzy monster goes, which in this case is the Displacer beast going twice. Oh my goodness, and that's 3. That's 3! Oh, God, gee, oh. All right, hang on. 2 go down. 2 weapons apparently are down. We have... Bashi's Chamber, which is right here next to the Displacer Beast, of course. And Troll Skull Manor has a second piece up there. Okay. With that said, this is going to be bad. You're going to move down 1 right here into the same spot as my my fighter. We're going to roll 3 dice, and we're going to do 2 hits against my fighter because that was a blank. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother with it. That, unfortunately, takes my fighter off the board. Yep, here we go. Raising the terror up by 1. Fun. And then you'll hang right here until the beginning of your next turn, which you just finished your turn, so it's going to be a while, before you get back to the Yawning Portal tap room. And the Displacer Beast just moves 1 more because it had a second move because it is both the Frenzy Beast and the Red Sword. Okay. Rogue's turn. Oh boy, what am I gonna do? Okay, so the first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna spend this magical ring, and we're gonna roll the d20, and we're gonna get a 15. A 2 to 15 enables me to destroy any one of the eye sockets here. Just want to flip this over to see what we have. Sleep Ray, all monsters move one towards active, telekinetic ray, petrification. I mean, I probably should start disintegration ray from down, you know. And the death ray. You know what? I know it's a natural 20 for him hitting, but raising that up is I should really do more. Now we're gonna do skip the activator. Yeah, petrification ray. Dead. Okay, so we got one eye stalk down. That was one move from the rogue. Secondly, I'm going to also roll the d20 again and activate the rogue's special ability. It is an 11, which in that case, it's take 2 items from the nearest location, which again, based off of numbers, is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I would have loved to have been able to get over here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. But I get to take an item from one of these here. I'm going to take this Morning Star. Action number 3, we'll go ahead and spend it. It's pretty bad, but I may knock out a few extra eyes here, right? That's a 4, so I'm only going to be able to kill another one. Let's do one of the lower ones, because now I'm rolling low already. All heroes move 1 away. Now I'd be fine with that. Slow ray. Yeah, let's do the slow ray. Prevent us from losing action. So that one is dead then. Okay, good. And I'm just going to do the rogue's ability one more time, because you can do special actions as much as you want unless it says otherwise. Always a chance of rolling a natural 20. I did not. It's take 2 items from the nearest location. So that longsword, he's just going to grab and put that on him as well. And even though he's in the same spot as Beholder, that is going to be the rogue's turn. At least 2 eye stalks have been defeated, but it could be bad otherwise. Let's see here. Only 1 goes on the board. Move each sword monster 2 locations towards the nearest hero or citizen. And out of all of it, only the Mimic's going to go. All right, so only 1 goes down on the board. Let's pop that open. Yeah, we have a red item going to the Battlestaff Tower, which is up there. And actually, he's going to do this. 1, 2, because he goes 1, 2, 3, 4 to get up here to where the rogue is. Rogue needs to get out of here. Otherwise, it would have been like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like the wizard is so far away right now, being in Waterdeep. The rogue being down here in Undermount is kind of in trouble. And our mimic moves 1 more spot. Oh, here we go. I got to get everybody with more items, because once the mimic passes that 1 point, I draw an item. And if every hero has the matching color item, then the mimic is popped on the board. Problem is that 2 of my 3 guys have red items, and the fighter only has a yellow, and it's not going to really help too much. Anywho, first things first, action number 1, our wizard's going to pick up these items. Action number 2, we're going to move down here with everybody. You know what, action number 3, we're going to pick up all of those items. And action number 4, let's see where we can go. Maybe I can move the rogue somewhere. Maybe I'll move them somewhere. We'll figure it out. So, special action, teleport is basically what I was going to call this. And 11, which is roll the d20, move any hero to that location. Okay. All right, so we got our 2 heroes right here. Again, it's a move, so I can bring them with me. And at this point, getting that rogue out of there. The rogue is currently at spot 15. We are currently at spot 4. We have rolled a 7, which is 7 is the yawning portal entrance. So our rogue has just gone poof. Right up here, getting him out of the way of danger. Yeah, that was definitely a better choice in my opinion, because he didn't have much to defend himself, and I need to be able to collect, or at least hold on to, as many items as possible. All right, so let's go ahead and draw a monster card, which we have another 1 going in, hidden in plain sight. Man, all the mimic stuff is coming out. Place each chest monster in the lair located closest to them. Once again, I don't have the mimic on the field. He would have been bouncing around all over the place if that was the case. However, that doesn't matter, because the mimic's on the board. Frenzy monster doesn't go, but both of the teal monsters, which is the Beholder and the Mimic, activate. I mean, it's only 1 spot, so that's fine. So, not going to really move too much, but I am going to need to get back down there in order to fight them sooner than later. Blackstaff Tower all the way up here with a blue. Our beholder activates because that's the blue-teal book, moving one space to this teleportation circle to try to get closer. They're going to be making their way to Waterdeep really soon. And now we move 1. We are on this space right here, and unfortunately we have to do this. We have to draw from the bag, and we have to see what it is. All the heroes need to have the same color item, which is a blue, and unfortunately we only have one that's like that, so nobody can do this. The Mimic has again, or concealed itself. That item is discarded, and this whoosh, moves up 1. Oh no. Yeah, the Mimic. That's going to be the thing that kills me and gets that terror gauge up there. Fighter goes back to the board, and the fighter's up here at the Yawning Portal tap room. Now, what do I want to do? I should probably run around Waterdeep a little bit in order to try to collect some stuff. All right, so what we're going to do with the fighter is we're going to move 1 into the Yawning Portal exterior with the rogue. Action number 2, they're going to take the mace. Action number 3, they're going to guide our 2 NPCs up to him. And action number 4, he's going to move back to the Yawning Portal tap room because he's going to try to get them to where they need to get to. He needs 2 spaces to get to the entry well, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to get to the camp, which maybe next turn on him, I could use this perk card to give him 6 actions in order to do that. He does have a possibility of getting 6 actions as well, but that's a natural 20. And now, technically, everybody has a red item in their, their inventory. So now the Mimic, and it's a 1 in 3 chance of the Mimic appearing on the board. It's already caused enough havoc. We got to get rid of something. 2 go down on the board. A blazing blast. Each monster with the green potion, which is nobody, hooray, deals 1 damage to each hero citizen in their location. Any survivors move to an adjacent location. Fantastic. And the one that moves is the Displacer Beast. We're getting lucky on these. Give our heroes time to collect the items they need in order to defeat the beasts. We got 2 right here, 2 blue items. All right, so I'd love to collect these somehow. Obelisk of the Eye is right there for the spell scroll, and the spellcasting focus is the Altar of Jubilix. That's down here. Okay, got it. With those placed, the Displacer Beast moves 1, and actually that 1 that they're going to move because they're on a teleportation circle, boom, is actually right here because that puts them closest to this area. Again, you got to watch those circles. They'll mess you up if you don't pay attention. All right, Rogue goes, and before the Rogue does anything else, he's going to try to sneak and grab those Skull Troll Manor stuff beforehand. I mean, now that 9 through 15 would be amazing. We have a 6, which is share items with any and all heroes. I don't want to share any items, so unfortunately, he's just going to say that's that. Action number 2, we're going to try this again. 5, stop sharing items. Action number 3, he's going to waste his whole turn this way. Action 10, there we go. Take 2 items from the nearest location. Yep, that's fine. 1, 2, 3 up here. Everything else too far away, so boom, 2 actions. That's 2 from there. Do I want to just do it one more time? He's actually going to move up with the fighter, and then if the Displacer Beast is coming that way, which he probably will, he'll be able to help him out that way. All right, 1 yellow and 1 red. Now each hero has at least 1 yellow and 1 red item, so now that is a 2/3 chance of finding the Mimic. Just the problem is if you're using your actions to do nothing but roll the d20, then, problem could happen. Cursed Arcane Gate. 3 go down. For each hero, roll the d20 and place that hero, oh goodness, at the indicated location. Move the frenzy marker to the next monster and, oh no, that's the Mimic. Oh no, the Beholder. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the Beholder. Oh, great. Now things are going to start taking a turn. 3 items go down, and again, it's place. So all of the NPCs that I'm hoping to help with the fighter, not going to happen because my hero is just going to bounce out of existence and go somewhere else. Caltraps at the Eye of Obelisk. The Hall of Heroes has a backpack. And our Blackstaff Tower has one of all 3 colors. That's fun. It is the Rogue's turn, so the Rogue will go first. Spot number 7, which is literally back where he was. That's fine. We'll go to the Wizard next. Spot number 10. Is that the Hall of Heroes? That is the Hall of Heroes. Poof. What are you doing there? I don't know, but at least you're with some items, which is good. And our fighter, I would love if it's an 8. It's an 18. That is, woof, down in Willow's Tower. What are we doing? I guess my rogue is going to be the hero in this case. And the frenzy marker moves over to the beholder. Now the beholder is going to get an action. They move 3 spaces. And the closest one is actually this fighter. So it's 1, 2, 3, right on in. He is only, well, he's rolling 2 dice, which could be bad. Oh, I only have 2 items for this fighter. All right, so the fighter's going to ding 1. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to block it with this lantern. So now the fighter is down 1 color, so he only has red. He can pick up a yellow and a red next turn, but now that the beholder's a frenzy monster, that's going to be bad with him there. Maybe the wizard will be able to teleport him out somewhere else, so we'll see. 4 actions for the wizard, with the first one being picking up all of these items. The wizard is just collecting everything they possibly can. But now, because that's what they do, maybe he's part alchemist, we don't know. Let's roll for, oh, that's a nat 20, it rolled on a 2 and it hit the 20. Yes. So nat 20 for the wizard is move to any location and gain a perk. I think what I'm actually going to do is, after seeing that I've acquired all of these items, we're going to teleport to the beholder. And that was only 2 actions. Action number 3, we're going to start fighting the beholder. But before we do that, let's go ahead and flip over our next perk. Yeah, the rogue can save people, which is really weird to say, but hey, whatever. Steel Toes, add or subtract up to 4 from any player's D20 roll. So you can actually get a dirty 20 out of this. That's fun. Can be used on monster D rolls. Oh, really? Oh, that's great. All right, so I got 2 actions now to finish up my wizard's turn. I'm going to spend 2 of these to roll the D20 twice to fight the beholder. First roll is, get back here, an 11, so we get to kill 1 eye stalk. I like just kind of doing the middle stuff, so we'll just pop that one out. The second roll we have is a 4, so we only get 1 as well. Let's go with, move 1 away. We'll just keep going across. There we go. That's fine. Perfect. Great. Knocking out those eyes 1 at a time. I probably should have given a yellow item to the, a fighter, but maybe I'll have some time to do that. New NPC, citizen, whatever, goes in. Ernax, starting location is the abandoned camp. Hey, that's where I'm heading with the rogue. An adult gold dragon who often assumes the form of an elderly gold dwarf named Barak Klanghammer. Sure, why not? Beholder. Oh no, Beholder's going to attack because it's the frenzy monster, and then the mimic's going to move 1. All right, so you are up here. I know that I want to get, I think Black Viper needs to go over here, so that's a thing. 3 go down. Let's do, here we go, 1, 2, 3, 1 of each color. Sounds good to me. House of Wonder. House of Wonder, what is that? The spell book is up there. This rope is in Troll Skull Alley, and we have a Morning Star at the Abandoned Priority, which is way down there. All right, because we have a Frenzy Beholder right here, he is going to attack. The Frenzy Beholder is going to attack the Wizard. Going to attack the Wizard for 3 dice, only because the Wizard has a ton of items. We do got a hit, but then we also have to roll our D20. Now, we've been Xing out quite a number of things here for this beholder, so if we happen to go between, 8 to 13 and 16 and 17, then he does nothing. Instead, we have 13. Sweet. Okay, so we have now just avoided the telekinetic ray. All players with items must place 1 item in the beholder's location, which we would have picked up anyway, but that does not happen because we have hurt that stalk. We have successfully not done that. Actually, that's worse. If the eye stalk is damaged, Beholder will use its anti-magic eye, which is the center, to force all heroes with items to discard 1 item. Everyone has items. I gotta take the 1 from the fighter. I'll take this one from the rogue, and I'll take this blue one from the wizard. Oh man, so they all have to discard it. It's not all heroes in space. It's literally all heroes, because the beholders are annoying and broken and tough. We also got to remember to move the mimic up 1. And of course, the beholder did attack my wizard. So we're just going to ding that off right here with these rations to protect my wizard for right now. Okay, I see how terrible that is. Fighter's turn. All right, so we're in another spot with the wizard to try to maybe defeat the beholder the best that we can. Let's go ahead and pick up the rope and the battle axe for 1 action apiece. That'll also help. Again, 1 yellow and 1 blue for everybody for, finding that mimic. All right, let's roll our d20. Maybe something will happen. Action number 2, we get a 5, which is immediately move to the nearest monster location. Great, that's where I am. Fantastic. Action number 3, let's just try it again, see where our luck goes now. A 9, that's a little bit better. During the monster phase, ignore all hit results rolled by 1 monster attack. Okay, so he's gonna attack me. If he attacks once, then I get to ignore everything. So I got that set. I wish there was a token. I'm gonna put this on my guy as like a shield, so I know that he's resistant from 1 attack. I wish that's something. So because you're able to do things in the monster phase, I feel like additional tokens should have been given to kind of represent that. So now he is shielded from, what is that? That is all hits from 1. Okay, so final attack, because I don't want to spend any items right now because the mimic's about to pass, is a 3, and that is nothing. Oh, joy. And again, that is going to be the end of my fighter's turn, just doing his best. So, okay, so see, this is good. The beholder is going to attack once, no frenzy monster, but he is the red shield, so that'll save him. Elusive displacement for each skull monster, which is 1. The displacer means roll the d20 and place that monster in the indicated location. Ugh. All right, so 2 go down on the board, and then we'll roll the d20, and I'll tell you what that result is and where the displacer piece is going to displace itself to. First, Sword and the Sextant, which is where we started with the Rogue. And we have Obelisk of the Eye. A lot of fun stuff over there. Probably got to get that. And now we will roll to see where the Displacer Beast displaces to. Spot 12, which is the Altar of Jubilix. And our Beholder attacks our fighter. Remember, he has the shield, so I'm hoping this is... The only thing bad would be an exclamation point. Boom. Okay, so that's a hit right there. Blocks it with his specialty ability. We are safe for right now. All right, Rogue is going to go. And I think the Rogue we're just going to kind of do some craziness with. First thing we're going to go, 1, 2, 3. And that third one brings everybody with me to the entry hall. The entry well, I should say, is where Voldemort needs to go. So he is saved. Hooray! And we get a perk. That perk happens to be another Durin. Okay, skip the next monster phase. Any number of heroes may be placed at the yawning portal. You know what? I'm actually going to play this right now, and I'm going to have no additional heroes be placed there, so we'll just put it right next to it. And I'm going to skip the next monster phase, just to kind of move things along a little bit better. I'm actually going to move the Rogue for his 4th action right here, where the Eye of the Obelisk is. And then I'm going to play... My current player takes 2 additional actions per card. So now I have 2 more actions. So action number 1 is going to be pick up all 3 of these. And action number 2 is to move back to the entry well. Mainly because now on his next turn, he can go 4 and get to the abandoned camp. I'm not drawing anything, so nobody's moving or doing anything. And that will then make it so this way the wizard might... He's not going to have enough to do anything against that beholder. Well, we're going to see if we can get that beholder out of here using some teleportation magic. We have rolled an 8. An 8 is roll the d20, move any monster to that location except for the red dragon. All right, so that's good. So it says any monster to that location. We're going to roll, and we've rolled a 16. 16 is Skull Island. Poof! You are back, my friend. You are way there away from our guys. That's fine by me. All right, so in that case, then, we're just going to now split off. Action number 2, action number 3, and action number 4, it's just going to pick up the Morning Star. The only problem with skipping monster phases using that perk card was that nothing new went on the board, and everything right now is in Waterdeep, so I think that's where my fighter is going to need to go next. Depending he can get there without anything bad happening. All right, Arcane Blazing Blast, another monster action. We've had this before. 2 go down. The Displacer Beast moves 1, and ooh, that's it. Okay, that's great. 2 more down onto the board. Got a yellow item going to the Calabash Chamber, which is right there. I actually know this board much better than the last one for sure. Spellbook goes there. All right, so 2 went down. We don't have any beast that has the green bottle, which is the red dragon. You, however, are a blue skull. You move 1, and the only way you can move is up to the Goblin Bazaar, blocking yourself, getting ready for that rogue to come your way. I'm going to roll once for the fighter and just see what I can get, because I think anything that he gets will be extremely helpful. So, unless it's a 1. If it's a 1, then it's not helpful at all. A 16. A 16 is, do not draw a monster card this turn. Fantastic. Okay, so with that said, again, we could use items, but for right now, we're all right. We're going to go, so that was 1, 2, 3, poof up here for 4, to either intercept the Displacer beast or to get to the Yawning Portal and hopefully find a way to get more items. All right, so I don't have to draw anything because of the fighter's ability. Bump over to the rogue, and the rogue is just going to do what he does best, sneak his way around the battlefield. Come with me, Black Viper. I will show you the way. And we can enter and leave monster spaces freely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up here. Black Rose is safe, and we get another part card. The rogue happens to grab the Black Staff. Choose a hero. Each other hero may give that hero up to 2 items. Oh, there you go. So that's another way of like spreading items around. All right, here we go. NPC going down, Nuska Urgray, abandoned camp, which is where I am, apparently. Awesome. Everyone's at that camp. A ruthless enforcer of the Xanthar Guild. Xanthar is somewhere in here, like as a card. Frenzy monster goes, and the blue skull monster goes. You need to go to Skull Island, which is right where the Beholder is. I don't know if I want to do that, but maybe I do, maybe I don't. I've yet to figure that out. Let's go ahead and take 3. 1, 2, 3 right here. Goblin Bazaar gets a whip, which is right where the Displacer beast is. Yawning Portal exterior. There we are. Yarrod right there for the Yawning Portal exterior. And the abandoned camp has a pouch. 1 whole item right there. Okay. So first we have the Frenzy Monster, which is our fun beholder here. He moves 1 space, so all he can move is up there. And now the Displacer Beast would go next. He's moving 1 space. We're equal distance away, 1, 2, 1, 2, but I would feel he would move this way because the NPCs are up here, the rogues up here, more things are up here, thus gaining its attention more. So I think that would be the better choice for that creature. All right, Wizard's going to go. Ready to do some wild teleportation? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. First roll is a 6. Which is roll the d20, move any monster to that location except the red dragon. All right, so we got 2 guys right over here, very, very close. Got a 7. 7 is within Waterdeep, and I have to move somebody, so by Displacer piece, you're all the way up here at the Yawning Portal exterior. All right, let's try that again. Action number 2 is a 1. Natural 1, absolutely no effect. Waste of an action. Action number 3 is a 5, so I get to do another monster teleportation, sending somebody to 12. Sure, we'll displace him back to the altar of Jubilex. This has been very pointless so far. All right, let's just go. Final action, 1, 2, 3. 3. Come, I don't really want to move things anymore, and I know I have the number adjustment, but that wouldn't make a difference. A 3 again. I'm going to send the Displacer Beast up there to the House of Wonder. There you go. He's just bouncing all over the place. No one's up there, so that's fine. I know I want my fighter to get up there, but I think we're okay for right now. That was the wizard's entire turn, just casting crazy magic all over the place. All right. Lure of Riches, that doesn't matter. He's not on the field. The Frenzy Monster is going to go, and the Mimic. Well, no, I'm sorry. Not the Frenzy Monster. Yes, the Frenzy Monster and the Displacer Beast. Because again, there are no wand-style creatures on the field, so that actually would not take effect. So we got 2 going down. The Beholder's Frenzy and the Displacer Beast has that red sword. Castle Waterdeep, which is right here, and the Abandoned Tower. I'm sorry, Agnerom's Tower, right there. There we go. I apologize for mispronouncing things. All right, so first we're going to have our Frenzy Monster. He's going to go to the Teleportation Circle, just so we can actually go somewhere at some point. And our Displacer Beast is going to move down 1. Fighter's feeling brave. Fighter's feeling ready in order to try to fight and maybe grab some items before the Displacer Beast gets there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right up here to the Yawning Portal tap room. I was thinking about if that was smart or not, but I'm going to say that we should be fine. Even if the Displacer Beast gets to me, I should be all right. Hit it in plain sight. Place each... Yep, that doesn't matter because, again, the only one is the Mimic. Frenzy Monster does not go, but then he does. The Beholder does move one, and the Mimic will move one as well. All right, so one goes down on the field. We have a Mace, which is in the Altar of Jubilix. Right here, good. Beholder's actually going to move to this teleportation circle for one step because that puts him, oops, sorry, right next to these guys right here. So they better figure out what they want to do. And the Mimic continues its way around. And I want everyone to start gaining some more items because once he hits there, then I can figure out if I'm going to be able to reveal him or not. Rogue's going to run. Rogue's going to run with everybody and get another perk. So he's taking everybody with him. One, sneaking past the Beholder for 2, 3, and 4 to Skull Island, where he sets Norska Urgre free and gets another perk. He's the only one getting perks. That's crazy. I would love him to roll some more to try to get items, but he'll be doing all right otherwise. Each player draws and places one item from the Horrified Haversack. So honestly, I'm going to play that right now just to get 3 items on the field. All right. Each player does that. So that's 1, 2, 3, because I'd rather get these down and start people grabbing them as soon as I can. Skull Island, great. I'll pick that up on the Rogue's next turn. The tower is right here, and Hall of Heroes, kind of where it was. But that's still items on the board. Monster turn goes. I got to start killing things because we're almost halfway. I think we are halfway through this now. Savage Hunt. Okay, yeah, okay. So here comes the Displacer Beast at my fighter. All right, so I'll put the 1 down. Kind of another reason why I'm glad I did the other thing. Abandoned Prior Tree, which is way down here with the wizard. All right, that's fine. And now you're right here. You're going to move 2 towards the closest, which is going to be, yeah, 1, 2. So you are 1 away from the fighter. In addition to that, you move 1 space closer as well because you're the 1 and it's only a 1 movement. Let's have some fun. First, we're going to spend 1 action to pick up the amulet because I like having the items anyway. Second thing we're going to do, let's start jumping around places. A 6, which again is roll the d20, move any monster to that location. Booga-sha, a 5. Who's going to a 5? Displacer Beast, bloop, right over there. Give the fighter a little bit more time to collect items. All right, so that was action 2. Action 3, come on, give me something good. Another beast movement. 8. Uh-oh, that's right where my fighter is. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm going to move him here anyway and hope for the best. Now I'm going to wish that I had the beast movement here. A natural 1. And poof, in his face goes the spell. Oh, joy. All right, so then just to play safe, we're going to go ahead and do this right now. We're going to skip the next monster phase, and any number of heroes may be placed in the Yawning Portal tap room. You're going to just immediately, like, I need a drink. Poof. And zip right up here with our fighter. We do skip the monster phase. Nothing goes down. But what that means is that the fighter will now get a chance to go. I think on this first turn, what he's going to do is he's going to take an item from the wizard. Yeah, so action number 1, he's actually going to take, he's just going to take that 4, and he's going to take this 6 as well. He's going to take both of those from the wizard. And then action number 2 and 3 are going to be to use this, and then action number 4, he's going to roll the dice. So we'll put 1, because these are 6 and 4, they can go anywhere. I'm going to put this here, cover up as many as I can, and we're going to put this one here. I still need 1 more on the Displacer Beast spot in order to be able to even attempt to fight him. All right, let's go ahead and roll. We have a 9, so for our warrior fighter, during the next monster phase, ignore all hits. Perfect. Put up the shield, put up your guard, shield up, ready to fight. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Elusive displacement. He's bouncing away anyway. 2 go down for each skull monster. Roll that and place that monster in a new location, so he's gone. And then the beholder is going to move 2. All right, so let's get 2 items onto the board first. 1, 2. We got Caltraps at Skull Island. Great. The rogue's going to pick all of that up. And the tap room has a whip. Cool. Fun. We have another random item there for no apparent reason. the Displacer piece is not going to go. I mean, he's going to go. Let's see where he goes. 8. Nope, he stays right there. Oh, wow, he stays right there. Oh, that's great. But this is also during the next monster phase, so that's already been triggered, so that's gone now. And the Beholder moves 2. I guess he's going to go 1, 2 back here and try to, like, cut off the rogue at the pass, bouncing him around all over the place, because he's much closer to this area than he is to anything over in the Yawning Portal. Yeah, that rogue is 3 spaces away, whereas the Yawning Portal, all those guys are 4. With that said, the rogue, first thing he's going to do is just pick up all of these items. So now we are just loaded with items. Now, what do I want to do? I got 3 actions left. We're going to lead everybody up in the Waterdeep for one final confrontation. So he's going to go 1, 2 to the Skullport Gate, which connects to the Castle Corkscrew for 3. So now we're all in Waterdeep. Now the Beholder will probably come on up and try to fight the rogue, but he has plenty of items in order to be able to defend himself. Can you imagine if we just get all of the creatures together at once? That would be crazy. And then kill them all? Oh boy. Mert starts at the sword and the sextant, which is really close to the Beholder. So we'll see what happens. Mert made a fortune and carved out a reputation as an adventurer and philanderer. The Frenzy monster goes, which is the Beholder, moving 1 space, and we don't have anything that has that potion symbol. All right, sword and sextant right here. The rogue and the other guy is actually 2 spaces away, just like he is. So for right now, the Beholder is still going to target the rogue, I would say, focusing on heroes over just standalone NPCs at the moment. Again, they're called citizens, but I like saying the other thing. Dragon platform has a bow. And then we have sword and sextant, another item down here for Mert. Abandoned Priory. Boom. Okay. Frenzy monster, which is you, moves 1 right here to Skullport Gate. Once I move from this spot, then Mert is the next closest character to the Beholder, so I might just use him for bait for right now. All right, Wizard's going to go, and I think what the Wizard's going to do, oh, we're so close to being able to beat the, to get the Mimic on the board. I think for this situation, we try to just kill the Displacer Beast. If we get rid of one of these monsters, it's going to make the rest of them easier. So action number 1, the Wizard is going to take this. Action number 2, so say that they're working hand in hand. Action number 2, the Wizard has given the fighter this battle axe to hit the Displacer Beast with. So boom, covering that up. Obviously, it's the Wizard's turn, and the Wizard's doing it as part of their turn, but that's just kind of how I want to play it off. Now, for the final, or that was action number 1 to pick up, action number 2 to do this. Action number 3, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do, the Wizard now has no items, but this is 7. 3, 5, 6, 7. He's going to use all of these, discard all of those items to roll the d20. If the number is covered up, then we kill it. If it's a natural 20, we kill it. If it's anything else, we are not so much in trouble, but it's just going to be a problem. We have rolled a 9. I have rolled a 9, and of course, the 9 is uncovered. Thus, the Displacer Beast is still there. However, being that we had missed, if we missed, move one of the items to a different spot, we're going to move this down 1. So now we have more numbers covered up. So actually, you go from a row to down to another one. So Wizard still has 1 more action. Let's roll and use their teleportation. A 4. We get to move a beast somewhere. So that is a 20. Wait a minute. Where does, oh, the abandoned party. Okay, but I don't get a perk if I roll a 20, I think. Whatever. Spot 20 all the way down here with the Displacer Beast. Get that out of here. We'll figure out a way to kill it later. I just didn't want to, like... Actually, no, I take my mind back. I'll be fine if somebody dies. We'll put the Beholder down here, even further away from everybody. I'm so close to killing the beast, I'd rather just do that now. City Guard Captain, starting at the Angoran's Tower, Captain of Waterdeep's army, charged with protecting the city's officials, walls, harbor, and other locations. Frenzy Monster moves 2, which is the Beholder, and our Displacer piece is just going to attack. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and grab 3 out of the bag. Bag's actually almost empty, which is awesome. Troll Skull Manor up there. Yeah, a lot of stuff up top that I need to start grabbing. Dragon Platform and Angor's Tower, which is right there. And I'm just going to move the Beholder too. I know the Frenzy, well, yeah, Frenzy Monster will go first. So 1, 2, that's it. And now we are right here. We have 2 dice coming at, I'm just going to have the Wizard go. Yeah, let's just, the Wizard, whatever. Oh, 1 hit. Oh, all right, whatever. The Wizard has perished at the hands of the Displacer Beast. And I do that because the fighter should be able to defeat it next turn. Well, I hope he does anyway with the items that he has. It does unfortunately go up by 1, but now it is the fighter's turn. All right, let's try to kill it. We got this right here. We're spending 7 worth of any color to roll. And we rolled an 18, which, well, that was a 5, but it doesn't matter. It was an 18 that I pulled it. It's 5. You're seeing a 5. I actually rolled an 18. It doesn't matter. Both of those numbers are covered. Because both of those numbers are covered, we have defeated the Displacer Beast. You're dead, kitty. Bad, bad kitty. Ha ha ha. Dead, 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 dead. Flipped on up. Fantastic. I'm moving that up just so I can move my Mimic Mat up a little bit more. And boom, the Wizard Death was not in vain. Yeah, kitty. Off the board and down 1 for the horror gauge. Hooray! Action number 2 will be to go here. Action number 3 is going to pick this up. And then action number 4, he's going to move to Castle Waterdeep right there. I feel like the Mimic is going to go soon. So, or at least appear on the board somewhere. So do I want to use the Blackstaff to give stuff to the Wizard? Because then I would have to wait until the Mimic moves around, and that's just wasting time as well. Half the thing is waiting for the Mimic to show up and then get to where it's got to get to. But if it's Frenzy, then it moves faster. No, we're going to wait for right now. All right, monster turn. 3 goes down. It's a Mind Flayer. Interesting. Nihilor. The entry well it starts at. This guy spends its days creating intellect devourers, mind flayers, and setting them loose in the sewers of Waterdeep. Okay, so there you go. Our Mimic will go, and the Beholder will go as well. All right, so we got the entry well right here. He needs to go to Dead Man's Corner, which is like, it's right over here. We got 3 going down on the board. Once this is empty, we'll be able to get more stuff on. Agor's Tower, good. Yeah, just give me more stuff up here for all my guys. House of Wonder, and we have Sword in the Sextant, which is down here. I know the bag dropped. I'll get that in a minute. House of Wonder is up here. All right, Beholder's going to move 2, and that means he's going to go 1, 2 to where Mert is, and he's going to take a dice, and he's going to try to kill Mert, and he misses. Oh boy, I can't believe he misses. That would have definitely sent the horror gauge. Well, it would have sent the horror gauge up because Mert would have been dead. So I'm sure it's going to happen anyway. 1, 2 right here. So the Mimic has moved over that once again. We're going to pull an item. The Wizard doesn't have any items on them, so this doesn't matter. It would have been blue. So that would have revealed the Mimic. Unfortunately, it just means it's still somewhere. So we got to wait for it to reveal itself. All right, Rogue's turn. Rogue, we're on the Castle Corkscrew. So I think I'm just going to go 1, 2 to deliver this guy to where he has to go. So free you go, you NPC you, and then draw a perk card. The yellows are only numbered 1 to 3, and he needs 1 more in order to be able to even attempt to take down the Beholder. The next D20 roll a person rolls this hero phase is an automatic 20. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Rogue's going to pick up all these items for 3. And for 4, he's going to move on over back to the fighter's spot. Rogue's going to be fighting that Beholder, guaranteed, because now he has enough in order to be able to kill it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if he rolls, and whatever he does is an automatic 20 with that card, I can kill almost all of those eye stocks easily. I also want to be in this spot with the Rogue and the fighters. This way I can start sharing some items between them all. Yeah, that's going to be how it is. He's going to have to go fight that thing as soon as he can. Olive Stillwater, we got another NPC coming near the end of these. Starts at the Goblin Bazaar, a sea hag in Skullport who sells zombies in exchange for blood. Mimic's going to move, and the Frenzy Monster is going to... Boulder's going to fight. So you are here, and all you need to do is go here. That's really not that far at all, but that's just another meat bag in the middle of the the way for the Beholder to kill. 1, 2, 3, and that's the end. Oh, that is the end of that. So I get to reset that bag as soon as all these go down. Yawning Portal, Tap Room. Yawning Portal, Tap Room. Yawning Portal, Exterior, which is right here. Okay. Frenzy Monster is right here with Mert. He is going to immediately attack and deal 2 damage to this poor guy, disintegrating him out of existence. And that will move that up to 4. Boo. But this at least just moves 1. Bloop. We got to get here, and we got to get everybody else as many items as they can get. Now, it is the wizard's turn, and the wizard is right here. They get to take their actions. First action, they're going to grab both of these in order to have some items. That was 1, 2, 3. We're all in the same space. I want to tell you a little something about sharing items. In the book, it says all heroes at the same location as your hero may exchange any number of items with each other. The share does not require a one-to-one trade, and your hero does not need to be involved in the trade. So, because I am here as a wizard, I can activate a share action in order to share maybe between the fighter and the rogue, or between, but it's within everybody. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. This 1, 2, 5... Yeah, let's, I want to make sure everybody has at least one of every color. So I'm going to give that yellow to fighter. We got 3 yellows right now for the rogue, 4 right now. Maybe we'll figure out something else a little bit later. I'm going to give you a red, and I'm going to give you can have this red as well. Again, I want everybody to have at least one color. So this way, when the mimic is revealed, poof, it just is there. Do I want to give out anything else? Because it is going to be the fighter's turn next turn, and depending on if the mimic goes, he's going to need 6 or more. You're going to have this spell scroll, actually. Because he might be able to kill the mimic if the mimic appears on the board. You can take this number 2 as well. Because I think they have to discard such color to reveal the mimic. With that said, now the wizard's going to end their turn. Bring that mimic right to us. All right, well, the mimic will move. The frenzy monster moves as well, which is the beholder. City Watch, we're almost done with these guys. Yawning Portal Tap Room. Waterdeep's police force charged with keeping the peace and apprehending criminals. Okay, so we have the beholder moving once and the mimic moving once. I've reset the bag, so I have all of that in here. City Watch is in the tap room. They need to get to Blackthorn Tower, which is all the way on the other side, so they just kind of are patrolling around Waterdeep. And we have one, oh, why was that in there? One, whatever, boom, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Hall of Heroes gets a backpack. The abandoned camp is a rod, and House of Wonder. Where was the House of Wonder? We're not, no, that's the castle we're all on. That's probably up here. Yep, right there. Gets a dagger. Okay, so with that said, our frenzy monster right here, he moves 1 to the teleport circle, and our mimic moves 1 more space. He just needs to move 1 more, and then we should be able to hopefully reveal him. So that was everything that the wizards did. Now it is the fighter's turn. For 1 action, the fighter is going to take the ring, and then action number 2, he's going to roll for an 18. Do not draw a monster card this turn. All right, well, that's great, I guess. You know, and then the last 2 actions, he's going to go over here, and he's just going to take that pouch just to have a few more yellow items ready to go. Because that's what we need in order to defeat the beholder. Now then, we rolled an 18, so we do not draw. Rogue now goes. All right, let's just roll for the rogue. 12. Take 2 items from the nearest location. That's going to be, the nearest location is actually up here, so we'll grab that. So that was action 1. A 7, share items with any hero, don't really care. Action number 2, action number 3, don't care. Action number 4. 14, also take 2 items from the nearest location. 1, 2, we'll grab this dagger, and again, we'll grab a yellow. Now I have enough yellow. We'll grab the spell book so I can defeat the mimic. Once again, he is just loaded with items going forward. All right. Okay, now we're kicking off somewhere. Trial of Valor. Discard any number of items, then roll the d20 and add the strength of those items. If the total is less than 20, raise the terror level by 1. Ooh, that's fun. Beholder is going to move 1 space. Actually, I'm going to switch up to where the Beholder would have moved from last turn. And then the Mimic is going to pop in as well. Okay, so here we are, everybody. We're doing this. So I figured the Beholder would have actually gone here to the Skullboard Gate to get up to everyone faster. So that's where I'm going to put him. So that means when he actually moves, he'll be up here next to everybody. Before that, let's throw 2 onto the board. The longsword goes to the manor, which is up there. And the shovel, which we've seen earlier, goes to the dragon platform. So now we can discard any number of items here. And I think what I'm going to discard is, we'll discard a 5. Because I really don't need that many reds for anything, do I? I do not. So I'm going to discard both of these 5s from the rogue. So that's 10. And the more you discard, the better chances are of you, making this roll. So that's 10. And I'm going to discard this 4 from the fighter. So we have 14. So I have to roll 6 or better, or else the terror gauge goes up by 1. Yeah, I probably could have just done this in order to make it a guaranteed 20 so I didn't have to discard anything, but I'm fine. That's fine. 6 or better. I rolled a 5. Are you kidding? All right, well, there goes that. That was a thing that just happened. But now our Mimic blips down over here. It has now decided to make itself known. It is going to go into the bag, shuffle that around, and draw a yellow item. So everyone has to discard a yellow item. Caltraps. Caltraps. Candle. Everyone discards a yellow item, and thus the Mimic has been revealed. To the board it goes. And the active player is our rogue, so it's been hiding in the castle at all times. Oh no! But with that said, I don't think it does any more actions because that's just it. That it moved to the thing, it triggered that point. That's fine. The Beholder also has moved 1 space, by the way, and it is up here. So yeah, final confrontation happening right now. Okay. We have our wizard going next, and I think our wizard is going to attempt to kill the Beholder by doing, not the Beholder. We're killing the Mimic because we have the black staff. Choose a hero, which makes it appropriate. The wizard has the black staff. Each other hero may give that hero up to 2 items. We need 6 or more in order to kill this thing. So here, 1. So that's 5. Here, why don't you take this number 3? So that's enough to kill it. So I want to spread out anything else. No, that's fine. So that is a free action. For the main action, let's go ahead and take both of these and do the defeat action. Once the Mimic is on the board and I battle it at that location, discard 6 or more magical items to knock it out. Damn, Mimic. Nothing good is in the treasure chest. All right, perfect. It was good. Okay. All right, now the issue comes into play of fighting the Beholder. This does go down 1, and I have 2 actions left. I am going to move down to the Beholder's spot, and I'm going to throw a potion at its face. I'm also going to go ahead and use this... the next D20 roll a player rolls this turn, this hero's phase, which is I'm at right now, still fighting this thing, is an automatic 20. Roll. Where'd you go? It's the opposite of the 1, because the 2 sides equal 21. Come on, there it is. Boom, there's my natural 20. We'll just 1, because I get to do 3 of these as well. 2, boop, 3. And because it's a natural 20 on something like this, I get to draw another perk card. And that perk happens to be... Ooh, Laurel Silverhand. You may reveal a lair, or you may move a monster to their starting location. Okay, well, that's not going to matter at all. Wish we had something better for that, but hey, what are you going to do? The Frenzy monster is the only one left, which is the Beholder. Oh, no. Oh, Beholder's going to beat the crap out of my wizard. 3 go down. We have Tesselgrin Veldarn, an expert forger and owner of the Poison Quill in Skullport. Yeah, Beholder is attacking quite a bit right now. You also start at the abandoned camp with 3 items dropping down. This is exciting. I like this one. Man, this is a lot of fun, the D&D one, for sure. Abandoned Priory, and we're almost done because all we got to do is defeat that Beholder, which unfortunately now rolls 2 dice against my wizard, doing 1 damage to the wizard. You know what? Yeah. Bing, bing, the wizard uses the sword in order to block that. So the Beholder isn't going to go anywhere. Did I really want to do that? You know what? No. I don't really... Yeah, all right. No, I take it back. I reverse. I haven't done anything. I didn't roll anything else. The wizard's going to come off the board because I want the Beholder to move up 1 to be a little bit closer to my guys and to save my rogue a move. Now the Beholder's going to attack. Oh, no. Well, we've covered over quite a bit here. So, yeah. What do we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 20. So the first blast is a 4. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Discard an item. The active player cannot use move on their next turn. The active player. All right, so I'm stuck at the Okay, that's... blast number 2 is a 2. It was a 2, by the way. Place the citizen in the Beholder's location. So both of those actually do it. Wow, both of those activate? Come on. All right, so the active player is technically the, wizard, so they're stuck there. We're going to have the City Watch guys come down to the Beholder's spot and be like, oh, what's going on here? Oh my gosh, what is that creature? Ah! All right. Fighter's turn. Fighter is going to move forward 1, and then we're going to start trying to take out the rest of those eye stalks. I got 3 things to hit and 3 turns, hopefully, to do it. So we're just going to start with number 1 using, what is that? That is a holy symbol. Come on. 16 through 20. 16 through 20. Got a 4, so we get to knock out another 1. Okay. And we got a rod. 16 through 20. Come on. Can we play 8? All right, well, whatever. So now no matter what it is I roll, at the very least, we have knocked out, there's a 14, unless if it was a 1, it would have been bad, all of the Beholder stuff. Actually, what I am going to do is we're going to kill it now using some invigorated action. Quickly, someone cast haste on me. Doesn't anybody have it? I got to go to haste. 2 additional actions ready to go for our fighter right here. Action number 1 is a trade action, taking all of the yellow pieces from our rogue, thus giving us 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Action number 6, stabbing him in the eye and taking the Beholder down, doing 6+ damage with yellow, killing him and vanquishing all of the monsters from Waterdeep. Did I forget to move this up with the wizard before? I don't know, but the wizard made a valid sacrifice within this game, as you often had to do, and the Beholder has now been defeated. There you have it, everybody. Our adventuring party. You're actually over here having a drink at the point, but whatever. We'll put it all together. Our adventuring party has successfully defeated all of the monsters and has driven them back. Now, again, those are your 3 main monsters. The only other monster that you would have had within this is the Red Dragon, which I had to find that. And the way that the Red Dragon works, which I might as well just talk about it now, is on the back of this, you have a few different, other things. You have the Orb of Dragon Kind, that's the words. And then a few other pieces that would go on here. You would roll a d20, and that's how this would configure. And then you would have a slider puzzle. You would then use items in order to move this around, in order to get it out. Once you have the Orb of Dragon Kind, you got to find the lair, which This is in a location, in a lair, and then the Horde is in a location with a lair. Get to that lair, put the dragon here, put various strength other items there, roll a d20, and if it's above 20, you beat the dragon. It's a fun step. I've done it. It's a great time getting the dragon to this spot, which actually counts as a spot off of the board, and that's a lot of fun. However, I still wish there was an owl there. I still wish there was a gelatinous cube, or just kobolds, or just anything else that you would have think would be within D&D. Should have been in it. I stand by that 100%, but for what we got, that is a lot of fun. But with that said, guys, that brings us to the end of this adventure into the world of Horrified with their latest release, Horrified Dungeons & Dragons. Let me know what you think of this one down in the comment section below. I hear a lot of people have picked this one up recently, and even though it lacks, in my opinion, the amount of monsters and heroes that it needs to be, for what it has, it is a great time. I love the multi-abilities for each one of the heroes. Rolling the d20 and stuff happens. Everything about that is so much fun. How much they actually utilize the d20 within this is crazy. For monsters and just putting things down and defeating them and things like that. It was awesome. The theme is well in it. I feel like I'm playing Dungeons & Dragons. I see it in there and everything. I just wish there was a little bit more. Give me that Warlock as well. Let me have a place to get that. Maybe come out with even another expansion of monsters for this or something like that. I don't know. But guys, let me know what you would have added to this game to make it better. And then, of course, I'm kind of curious, what do you think will be the next Horrified game? I have so far played them each once throughout this month. Very proud of myself for getting through that and editing it and everything. And I can't wait to see what the next one is going to be within the series, which I am 100% sure that I will pick up down the line and play for you guys should and when it ever gets released. So in order not to miss that or any other fun thing I put out for you to enjoy, be sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. If you wish to support the channel even further, tons of ways to do that down in the description section below, such as, affiliate links and YouTube membership and Patreon and all that other good stuff. I mean, I say this at the end of every video, but regardless of anything, as always, your view, your like, sharing this video, and of course, just subscribing to the channel go a long way to helping it grow. And I thank you guys so much coming along with me on this Horrified journey through each one of the games. Currently, my ranking for all of them would be Universal Monsters would be number 1. Then, for a tight second, D&D and Greek Monsters. I really like both of them, and I would play both of them easily interchange. I will always play these individually. I will never mix them because I think the mixing doesn't really work. But Universal Monsters number 1. The original is the best place to start and is a great addition. Number 2 is tied for Dungeons & Dragons and Greek Monsters. After that is the American Monsters, and then World of Monsters is that one disappointing me the most. But there you have it, everyone. Let me know also what your rankings of them are. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever, gaming together, partying up in order to discover riches and gold and glory throughout the lands. Until next time we come together, enjoy a drink in the tap room, and take care of yourselves. Later, everyone.